Welcome to Battle Mat Night. Today I'll be discussing the spearheads for Grand Alliance Chaos. I'll talk about how easy they are to build and paint, why they're worth buying, how many match play points you get out of each box, and the price savings you get buying them as a spearhead. The first spearhead will be from Blades of Corn. It is the Fangs of the Blood God. This is a beast heavy spearhead. It'll cost you $150, but you'll save $73 if you buy it as a spearhead instead of individual kits. The build is pretty easy. Painting is easy to intermediate. It'll be intermediate because of the Claws of Karnak. The beasts are not too bad to paint. They're on the easy side. I would buy the spearhead for the spearhead. It is a fun one to play. And out of it, you get flesh hounds, which are good in match play armies as a backfield objective holder and screen. You'll get 410 match play points out of this box, so not a whole lot, but it'll get you a quarter way to your 2,000 points. Next Blaze of Corn is the Bloodbound Gore Pilgrims. This is going to be your mortal infantry spearhead. GW no longer sells it on their website, so this will cost you $279 US buying it as individual kits. However, buying it as kits, you'll get more models than you would buying it as a spearhead because the Blood Reavers come in a box of 20 and the Skull Crushers come in a box of 6. It is easy to build. Painting on this spearhead is intermediate because there's a lot of trim. Chaos is known for being a little bit more paint intensive because of the trim, and it is a good start to your army. Might possibly want to buy 2 if you can find these spearheads. Otherwise, buy the kits you need to make the spearhead. It is 600 points for match play, so a bit more than the other Blades of Corn. Then we have Disciples of Tzeentch. This is the Flux Blade Coven. You'll get your wizard, some demons, and some mortal units. GW does not sell this on their website anymore because they have announced the new Spearhead and Battle Tome coming out for Disciples of Tzeentch. The Magister has been disclosed. You can buy it individually around this release time. Buying this as individual kits will cost you $198. It is easy to build. The painting is easy to intermediate. The demons are easy to paint. You're going to get a little bit more into intermediate because of the mortals, just like the Blades of Corn. It is a good start to your army if you want to have a variety of demons and mortals, and this will get you 560 points for match play. So this is the Disciples of Tzeentch Zangor Warflock that GW has released, saying that it will be coming out. Should be released into January. This is an all Zangor spearhead. Should cost $150 like all the other spearheads. You'll save $69 if you buy this as a spearhead instead of individual kits. The build is easy. Painting is intermediate on this because there are no demons. It's all Zangors, so there is trim work and some details in there. Good start to an army. If you want to play Zangors. If you want to play demons, I would buy this as a spearhead. It'll be fun, but no demons. 620 points for match play, so good start to your army. Then we have Hedonites of Slaanesh, or Slaanesh, Blades of the Lurid Dream. This will give you your hero, archers, some cavalry, and some beasts. This will cost $150. So buying it as a spearhead, you'll save $78. Build is intermediate due to the cavalry and archers. Painting is intermediate because, once again, it is a chaos army, so there are details and things you'll have to work around. It is a good start to a Hedonites army. You get a little mix of everything, so I would buy this if you're looking at starting Slaanesh, or you're interested in just for the spearhead. It will get you 610 match play points. Then we have Hellsmiths of Hashut, the Hellforge Host. Here you'll get a good mix of units available to the new Hellsmiths of Hashut army. It'll cost you $150, so you'll save $81 buying it as a spearhead. Building it is easy. Painting is easy to intermediate. Intermediate's going to be because, once again, it is chaos, but two, you also have a large dominator engine, and then you have the artillery. Artillery shouldn't be too hard to paint. Solid start to an army. The range isn't very big for the Hellsmiths right now. They did just come out, so you're getting a little dab of every unit in their range. Maybe just not the weapon loadout. And this will get you 520 points for match play. Then we have Maggotkin of Nurgle. This one is a new Spearhead. I believe it just came out the beginning of January. The Bubonic Cell. Here you're going to get your Sorcerer, some Nurglings, Beast of Nurgle, and your Rotmire Creed, which is going to be your Mortal Infantry. $150 like all Spearheads. So buying a Spearhead will save you $83. Building is easy. Painting is easy. This one's easier because it's Nurgle. You can make it look grotesque and grimy. So accuracy on a good amount of the detail isn't as necessary as some of the other chaos. I would buy the Spearhead just for Spearhead. Not really much in it for play in match play. Unless you want to go that way, then by all means, buy as many as you need to build the army for match play you need. This will get you 500 points for match play. Then we have the older Maggotkin of Nurgle, the Bleak Host. This will get you your hero, some cavalry, and some more elite infantry units. This is no longer sold by GW on their website, so try and find it at a local game store if you're interested in it. Buying this individually in kits to make the Spearhead will cost $230, so it is a little pricey. Building it is easy. Painting is easy to intermediate. The intermediate's going to come into some of the detail, but then you also have larger models like the Pusgoyle Blight Lords. I would definitely buy the Spearhead. I've played against it many times. It is a fun Spearhead, and you will get 540 points for match play. Moving on to Skaven. This is the Gnawbeast Claw Pack. Here we get a Claw Lord on Gnawbeast, a Gracier, a Warlock Engineer, Clan Rats, and Ogres. This is only sold as the start collecting set for Age of Sigmar. So when you buy this, it'll be $220, but you will also get Stormcast Eternal Spearhead as well. So if you have a friend, go in halves on it. They'll cost you 110. However, the Gracier only comes in the boxes, the start collecting or the Spearhead. The Warlock Engineer only comes in this box. Building is easy. Painting is easy as well. Once again, these are rats. They could be a little grimy, but clan rats are small. So unless you have great eyesight, great hand control, wouldn't be too much of a problem. But be aware, clan rats are tiny. It is a good start to your army. I would either buy this or the other Skaven Spearhead. Sort of depends on what units you want to go with. They're both a good start to your army. And you'll get 630 points for match play out of this. Then we have the next Skaven Spearhead, the Warp Spark Claw Pack. Here you'll get that Gracier that's only in this box or the other one. Your Storm Fiends, Warp Lightning Cannon, and Clan Rats. This one will cost $150. Like I said before, Gracier is only in this box or the Start Collecting Spearhead kit. Buying this Spearhead versus individual kits will save you $28. However, you won't be able to get the Gracier, so you sort of have to buy this Spearhead or the other one to get the Gracier. The build is easy, like the other Skaven. Painting is easy. Once again, reiterate, clan rats are small. And as I said before, great start to an army. I'd choose this one or the other. This one, you get the Storm Fiends versus the Ogres and the Warp Lightning Cannon. And this will get you 630 points for match play. And lastly, we have Slaves to Darkness. This is the Bloodwind Legion. You get your Chaos Lord, Chariot, Warriors, and Knights. This will be $150. Buying a Spearhead will save you $65. The building is intermediate because of the Knights. When you get to their upper body, they piece together a little funny, in my opinion. And then painting is easy to intermediate. They are not a hard army paint. There's a lot of metal and just cloth. So you go very straightforward. It could be intermediate if you want to start throwing colors onto your armor and not just washing the shields in straight metal. So this one, you can make it as hard as you sort of want to, which could be said for every army, but this one more in particular. Great start to an army, solid units. If this is the route you want to go with your Slaves to Darkness, is the Warriors and Knights route, I would definitely buy 2, and you'll get 630 points for match play. Then the last Slaves to Darkness is the Dark Oath Raiders. This is going to be your less armored Spearhead, and it will cost you $150. So you're going to end up saving 14. However, you could only get the Dark Oath Savagers in this box. They're not sold individually. So if you want to go Dark Oath and you want the Savagers, you're going to be buying this box. It is easy to build. Painting is intermediate because you do have more flesh on these guys. You have the horses and the cavalry units to paint, and they are chaos, so they do have some detail. Great start to an army if you are wanting to go Dark Oath. If you are going Dark Oath, I would pick up 2 of these. If not, buy one and you can play them with your other Slaves to Darkness Spearhead. It'll give you a good variety. It sticks with the theme of this other one, Infantry Cavalry Hero. And this will get you 420 match play points. All in all, I would recommend each one of these Spearheads to buy and play. They are all fun. Point wise, they are all pretty close to the 600 point mark for match play, with the exception of the Slaves to Darkness Dark Oath and the Blaze of Corn Fangs of the Blood God. So if you're looking for match play points, I would not steer away from those, but they're not going to get you the points that you really want to get an army going. And as far as savings, this one's a tough one because there are some Spearheads in here that only have the models in them. You can't buy them separately. And then there's the few where buying the kit, you get more models than what the Spearhead is. So savings on these was all roughly about $70. So you're not going to be saving a whole lot on one over the other. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to hearing which Spearhead army out of Chaos you like to play and why. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.